It's the gruesome video of a pit full of bones and body parts that shocked many of you. The video shot by undercover and animal activist named Richard Kudo of the Animal Recovery Mission. Today, one of the men Kudo says he bought horse meat from went to court. 26-year-old George Ortega Jr. He's charged with selling horse meat for human consumption. That's now a third-degree felony here in Florida. But now Kudo is not alone in his crusade to shut down what he describes as an inhumane slaughter of animals on a handful of farms in the Citrus Park area of Hillsborough County. Cynthia Smoot's here now to tell us about this first-of-its-kind lawsuit filed today. Cynthia.
This is a national animal rights group. They're called the Animal Legal Defense Fund. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to strengthening animal cruelty laws and encouraging enforcement of the ones already on the books. But this time, in what they're calling a landmark case, ALDF is suing the owners of 2 farms and the people who work there, accusing them of being a public nuisance.
Constant gunshots. You're hearing gunshots at all hours of the day.
She lives next door to one of the farms targeted by Animal Recovery Mission, but she didn't want to be identified because she worries about retribution.
The smell, it's worse when it rains, just after it rains. It just smells like death. It smells like death and it smells like trash.
Now she's one of 4 plaintiffs in a lawsuit filed by the Animal Legal Defense Fund, aimed at 2 of what they describe as illegal backyard slaughter farms.
What we see clearly in the video are the violations under the Florida Public Nuisance Law that enable and empower the citizenry to take action.
Specifically, the part of the law that declares places and groups engaged in criminal gang-related activity to be a nuisance.
It's Kudo with Arm. I just came to basically a large horse graveyard.
It's based on hours of undercover video shot by animal activist Richard Kudo, who posed as a customer to buy horse meat, goats, and pigs. ALDF attorney Jeffrey Fleck says the videos document horrendous animal cruelty and violations of Florida's humane slaughter law.
They are shot with small caliber weapons at a distance, disabled, and then cut, stabbed, put on hooks, hoisted up, and disassembled alive.
The lawsuit also contends that the farms are a sanitary nuisance where animals are often emaciated and sick, slaughtered in structures or barns that are filthy, unsanitary, and unsuitable for food processing. Their meat sold to the public without oversight by the USDA. And that blood is poured onto the ground where it pollutes groundwater.
No one should have their water that they want to drink polluted with the corpses of illegally slaughtered animals.
Longtime animal activist and Tampa resident Gail Murphy says that's just one of the reasons she signed on to the lawsuit. She too is disturbed by what she saw in the video.
If we live in this county and we don't speak and we know about it, then we are part of it. And I'm not part of it. I want it ended.
I tried to reach some of the defendants in this lawsuit by phone and in person, but wasn't able to talk to them. Attorney Jeffrey Fleck says this is the first time that ALDF and Florida residents have used a public nuisance law to try to stop alleged animal cruelty.